Are you on a mission to power level your alts and be fully prepared for the upcoming Phase 3? The Joyous Journeys buff has landed, which means 50% more experience from quests, PvP, and grinding. Leveling up in the open world with the Joyous Journeys buff is your golden opportunity to ensure you're not left in the dust when Phase 3 drops. Trial of the Grand Crusader rolls out June 22nd, so time is really running out. And this guide is your comprehensive resource to all things Joyous Journeys. I've packed it with strategies to maximize this limited time buff. There's even an extraordinary technique that catapulted me up 2 million experience in a mere 5 minutes. So Blizzard is on a quest to rally as many players as possible to get to level 80. They want you primed and ready for Ice Crown and Wrath Endgame. There's the newly minted Trial of the Crusader raid, there's the new Argent Tournament update, and the fresh Onyxia raid. These are all meticulously crafted to accelerate players' progress once they hit 80. They've even introduced the brand new Titan Rune beta dungeons, which will be showering you with Nax and Aldor 10 gear like it's going out of style. And let's not forget the free Crusader orbs, the Emblems of Triumph, and of course the hard mode loot. Phase 3 is set to breathe new life into the game. World tours are even poised to make a grand comeback, reminiscent of the launch days. Blizzard's even added the new Titan Rune dungeons to the group finder to streamline the process of finding groups for newly minted level 80s. But all this shiny new catch-up content would all be for naught without reaching level 80. After all, there's no such thing as free Onyxia loot at level 20. To catch you up, Joyous Journeys is a new 50% XP bonus that went live May 22nd. Joyous Journeys is engineered to catapult players to level 80 at breakneck speed. The idea is to enable players to dive into the endgame as quickly as possible. That being said, you'll only have until June 19th to take advantage, so you have to start leveling now. So what strategies can be used to maximize the Joyous Journeys buff? Well, first, no matter what your current level is, heirlooms will make your leveling a lot faster. You have 3 heirlooms in Wrath that will give you a straight up bonus experience. There's the chest, the shoulder, and the ring. Of course, you probably only have access to the chest and shoulder for that 10% extra XP per piece. I mean, unless you won the Wotlk fishing tournament. And although everybody hypes up the bonus XP from heirlooms, actually using the heirloom weapons and armor makes leveling feel a lot smoother too. In this phase, you can primarily get PvE heirlooms from Emblems of Heroism. If you don't have any heroism left, you can always downgrade at the newly streamlined exchange NPC in the Dalaran sewers. You'll also be able to get heirlooms from Champion Seals next phase, so make sure to stock up. With your heirlooms in hand, we have a choice to make. We've got questing, boosting, or grinding. But before we talk about those methods, there's another method I never see anybody talking about. There are 2 repeatable quests with the waterlogged recipe and the vial of poison. Each of these quests typically give 22,000 experience, but with heirlooms and the Joyous Journey buff, you'll actually be getting over 37,000 XP per turn in. If you can snipe enough vials or recipes on the auction house, you can skip from level 70 all the way to 72 or higher. That's exactly what I did on my death knight, as you can see in the footage. Another option you have is questing. Questing is surprisingly easy and mindless, especially if you have a leveling guide. Guideline, for example, has a really nice and free leveling guide you can use, or you could use Rested XP if you want things to be plug and play. The biggest thing is to make sure you get epic flying as soon as possible. You also want to mail over a Tome of Cold Weather flying so you can cheese all the Northrend quests at level 68. Nowadays, questing feels a lot like retail, but you can make it even easier if you want to. I like to use things like potions, engineering nades, and buffs. For example, I ran Mongoose on my warrior with food buffs and dynamite. I was dominating every quest in the Outlands. Just think about anything that can increase DPS and then do it. Though if questing isn't working for you, boosting is a great option as well. Although boosting was technically nerfed heavily, it's still extremely effective in Northrend. The best way to find boost is to press I and list yourself in the custom channel. On my server, people weren't really advertising boost, so I started DMing random paladins and mages to find a group. There are also boosters that twink out characters specifically to do lower level dungeons. Typically, you could expect to pay over 10,000 gold to go from 70 to 80 via boosting, but my recommendation is to combine boosting with questing. That way you can scoop up easy experience in places like Borean Tundra once you're slightly over leveled for the area. If you don't feel like questing or boosting, your other option is grinding. And sure, grinding can mean things like AoE farming seals or farming trolls, but grinding is surprisingly effective at low levels as well. One grinding trick I like to do is to put my geared Boomkin's thorns on my low level characters. Then I can destroy mobs in 1 second and still get full experience. At higher levels though, my favorite way to grind is to combine something like seal grinding with Alterac Valley. Unfortunately, this Joyous Journeys we won't be getting an Alterac Valley call to arms until June 16th, but I still wouldn't fault you for saving a character for that week to effortlessly jump from 71 to 80. There's really nothing wrong with procrastinating unless you're looking to achieve your golden gear dreams next phase. If you need some last minute gold, check out my 5 brand new gold making tips video. It'll show you exactly how to make gold in Phase 3.